Hi, I'm Nora. 6 months ago, I was the girl who had everything figured out. Straight A's, captain of the debate team, and a full scholarship offer to Stanford hanging in the balance. Now I'm the girl who learned that the person you trust most can be the one who destroys everything you've worked for. Sweetie, I made your favorite, Mom called from the kitchen that Tuesday evening. Chicken parmesan. I dropped my backpack by the door. Thanks, Mom. I'm actually meeting with Mrs. Henderson about my scholarship applications. Again? Her smile tightened. You've been spending so much time on those applications. Don't you think you're overdoing it? It's Stanford, Mom. This is my dream. I know, honey, but have you considered state? It's only 20 minutes away. You could live at home, save money. We've talked about this, I said, trying to keep my voice even. Stanford has the best political science program in the country. The scholarship would cover everything. She stirred the pasta sauce with more force than necessary. You've always been so sensitive, Nora. Remember how homesick you got at summer camp? I was 8 years old. Exactly. You've always needed your family close. There's no shame in that. I grabbed an apple from the counter. I'll be back by 8. Mrs. Henderson, my guidance counselor, was still in her office when I arrived. She'd been my advocate since freshman year, helping me build the perfect college application. Nora! She waved me in. I have good news. Stanford's admissions office called today. My heart jumped. And? They want to schedule a final interview. It's just a formality at this point. Your application was exceptional. Oh my God. I literally jumped. This is really happening? You earned this, she said warmly. Your essay about creating that mentorship program for middle schoolers was remarkable. They specifically mentioned it. When's the interview? Next Friday. But here's the thing. They want to do it in person. Can your parents drive you down, or should we arrange? I'll figure it out, I said quickly. Thank you so much, Mrs. Henderson. That night at dinner, I could barely sit still. Dad looked up from his phone. You're bouncing. What's going on? Stanford wants a final interview. Mrs. Henderson says it's basically a done deal if I do well. That's wonderful, honey. Dad reached over and squeezed my hand. When? Next Friday. It's in person, so I'll need to miss school, but... Absolutely not. Mom set down her fork hard enough to make a sound. You're not missing school for this. Mom, it's Stanford. It's one day. Your attendance record is important. What if you get sick and need to miss real school days? Dad frowned. Sarah, this is important to her. So is her education here. She has that physics test next week. I'll make it up, I said. Mr. Peters already said. No. Mom's voice went cold. You're not going. You can't stop me. Dad will take me. Brian? Mom turned to Dad, her expression dangerous. Dad looked between us. Sarah, maybe we should... Fine. She stood up abruptly. Do whatever you want. You always do. She left the table, and I heard her bedroom door slam. She'll come around, Dad said, but he didn't sound convinced. The next week crawled by. Mom barely spoke to me, giving one-word answers when I tried to talk to her. Thursday night, I was packing my interview outfit when my phone rang. Mrs. Henderson. Nora, we have a problem. My stomach dropped. What's wrong? Stanford called. They're canceling your interview. What? Why? They wouldn't give me details, but they mentioned concerns about your ability to handle the transition to college life. Something about emotional stability? I felt like I'd been punched. That's insane. Who would tell them? And then I knew. Mrs. Henderson, I need to call you back. I found Mom in the living room, reading a magazine like she didn't have a care in the world. What did you do? She looked up slowly. I don't know what you're talking about. Stanford. They canceled my interview because someone told them I'm not emotionally stable enough for college. Well? She turned a page. Maybe they're right. You called them. I expressed some concerns, yes. As your mother, I have a responsibility. You sabotaged me! My voice cracked. This was my future. Don't be dramatic. State has an excellent program. I don't want State. I want Stanford. I worked 4 years for this. Dad appeared in the doorway. What's going on? Ask your wife what she did, I said, tears streaming down my face. Ask her how she destroyed my scholarship. Sarah? Dad's voice was quiet. Mom stood up, defensive now. I called Stanford's admissions office. I told them Nora has always been fragile, that she struggles with separation anxiety, that sending her across the country would be irresponsible. How could you? Because I'm protecting you. You think you're ready, but you're not. You'll thank me someday. Get out of my sight, I said, my voice shaking with rage. I can't even look at you right now. I locked myself in my room and called my best friend Maya. Nora, are you crying? What happened? Through sobs, I told her everything. Oh my God, Maya breathed. That's beyond messed up. What are you going to do? I don't know, but she's not getting away with this. Friday morning, I went straight to Mrs. Henderson's office before first period. I need your help proving what my mom did. Mrs. Henderson closed her office door. Sit down and tell me everything. I explained the whole situation, watching her expression shift from concern to anger. This is serious, Nora. What your mother did could constitute educational interference. Did she actually speak to Stanford? She admitted it. She told them I'm fragile and can't handle living away from home. Do you have that conversation recorded? No, but my dad heard part of it. Mrs. Henderson pulled out a notepad. I'm going to call Stanford's admissions office and see what they'll tell me officially. In the meantime, I want you to document everything. Write down exactly what your mother said, with dates and times. Will it matter? They already made their decision. Maybe, maybe not. But if your mother misrepresented facts to a university, there could be consequences. During lunch, I met Maya in the library. I talked to my mom about your situation, Maya said, sliding into the chair across from me. She's a lawyer, remember? And? She says what your mom did might actually be illegal, like fraud or misrepresentation, especially if she lied about medical conditions or mental health issues. Hope flickered. Really? Yeah, she wants to talk to you, but she needs to know. Did your mom claim you have actual diagnosed conditions? I don't know exactly what she said. We need to find out. Can you get a copy of what she told them? That evening, I approached Dad in his home office. He'd been avoiding Mom since the fight. Dad, I need to ask you something. He looked up from his laptop, tired. What is it, honey? Did you know Mom was going to call Stanford? No, I swear, Nora, I had no idea. Do you think what she did was wrong? Of course I do, but your mother, she's always been overprotective. After your Aunt Rachel has nothing to do with this. Your mom watched her sister move across the country and struggle. She's afraid you'll... So she decided to ruin my life instead? Dad sighed. She's your mother. She loves you. That's not love, Dad. That's control. What do you want me to do, Nora? I want you to help me get a copy of what she told Stanford. I want you to stand up for me instead of making excuses for her. He was quiet for a long moment. I'll help you. But this might get ugly. It's already ugly. The next day, Dad called Stanford's admissions office while I listened on speakerphone. Hi, this is Brian Foster, Nora Foster's father. I'm calling about my daughter's application status. One moment, please. The woman put us on hold. Mr. Foster? A new voice came on, male this time. This is Dean Morrison. I handled your daughter's case personally. Can you tell me specifically why her interview was canceled? We received a phone call from someone identifying herself as Nora's mother. She expressed serious concerns about Nora's mental health and her ability to handle academic pressure away from home. She mentioned anxiety attacks, depression, and a recent hospitalization. My jaw dropped. I'd never been hospitalized. She said what? Dad's voice shook. She was quite convincing, Mr. Foster. She claimed to be calling out of concern for her daughter's well-being. Given the severity of the issues she described, we felt it would be irresponsible to... She lied. Dad's voice was steel now. My daughter has never been hospitalized. She doesn't have anxiety or depression. This was deliberate sabotage. Silence on the other end. That's a very serious allegation. Do you record your phone calls? Yes, for quality assurance. I need a copy of that recording. My daughter is exploring legal action against her mother. I'll need to consult with our legal department. Can you hold? While we waited, I looked at Dad. She told them I was hospitalized? I'm so sorry, Nora. I didn't think she'd go this far. Dean Morrison came back. Mr. Foster, Given these circumstances, we'd like to reopen Nora's application. If you can provide medical records proving she doesn't have these conditions, we'll get you everything you need, Dad said. After he hung up, I called Maya immediately. Your mom's lawyer offer still open? Absolutely. What happened? I told her about the phone call. Holy crap, Nora. She claimed you were hospitalized? That's definitely fraud. My mom wants to meet with you and your dad tomorrow. Sunday morning, Dad and I sat in Maya's living room while her mom, attorney Patricia Chen, took notes. So your mother fabricated mental health conditions and a hospitalization to prevent Stanford from offering you admission? Miss Chen asked. That's right, I said. And you have witnesses to her admission? My father heard the conversation. Stanford has the recorded call where she made the false claims. This is actionable. What your mother did constitutes fraud and interference with educational opportunities. What do you want to happen? I want her to face consequences. Dad shifted uncomfortably. Nora, she's still your mother. No, don't make excuses. She committed fraud. She destroyed my scholarship chance. If a stranger did this, would you defend them? Of course not, but then why is she different? Miss Chen nodded. Nora's right, Brian. This behavior needs consequences. We can file a civil suit for damages and report her to Stanford for fraud. That evening, Mom cornered me in the kitchen. We need to talk. We have nothing to say to each other. Nora, please. I did this because I love you. You lied about me being mentally ill. You told Stanford I was hospitalized. How is that love? I exaggerated to make them understand. You committed fraud. Name one time I was hospitalized for mental health issues. She hesitated. You were very upset when your goldfish died in 3rd grade. Are you hearing yourself? You're comparing a dead goldfish to fabricating a hospitalization? I did what I thought was best. No. You did what gave you control. Dad walked in. Sarah, we need to talk. No, I said. She can hear this in front of me. We're filing a lawsuit. Mom's face went white. Your what? A civil suit. For fraud and defamation. Stanford has the recorded call where you lied. You can't sue your own mother! Watch me. Brian, tell her this is insane. Dad crossed his arms. You told them she was hospitalized, Sarah. You made up mental health conditions. What did you think would happen? I thought you'd support me. By destroying her future. What you did was wrong. So you're taking her side? I'm taking the side of truth. That means standing with Nora. Mom turned back to me, desperation in her voice. Honey, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Can't we work this out? There's nothing to work out. I want you held accountable. What do you want me to do? I'll call Stanford back. Too late. You don't get to destroy my life and apologize your way out of it. I'm your mother! Yeah? Act like it. Support my dreams instead of sabotaging them. She grabbed my arm. You ungrateful little... I yanked away. Don't touch me. After everything I've done for you, every sacrifice, you don't get to use guilt anymore. You're going to regret this. Family is everything, and you're throwing it away over a stupid school. Family doesn't lie about you being mentally ill. Whatever we had is over. Mom's expression shifted to cold rage. Fine. You want to play it this way? I'll fight you. I'll tell everyone how ungrateful you are, how you're tearing this family apart. Good luck with that, especially when they hear the recording. She stepped closer, her voice venomous. You think you're so smart? I'll make your life hell. Are you threatening her? Dad moved between us. Sarah, stop. You need to leave now. Get out of my way, Brian. No. Mom looked between us, rage and fear on her face. Then she shoved past Dad and stalked out. We heard the front door slam. I was shaking. That was her threatening me, right? In front of a witness? Yeah, Dad said quietly. It was. Miss Chen filed the lawsuit Monday morning. By Tuesday, Mom had hired a lawyer. Her attorney called Dad that evening. I listened on speaker. Mr. Foster, I'm representing Sarah Foster. My client is willing to settle this matter privately. She'll pay for Nora's first year at State University and agree to counseling. In exchange, you drop the suit. No, I said immediately. Absolutely not. My client made an error in judgment. Surely we can resolve this without destroying a family. She destroyed the family when she sabotaged my scholarship. Tell your client the answer is no. I hung up. Dad looked at me. You're sure about this? Completely. Are you? He nodded. Yeah, I am. Stanford reopened my application after Dad provided medical records proving Mom's claims were false. I redid my interview via video call. 2 weeks later, the acceptance letter arrived, with the full scholarship reinstated. The lawsuit moved forward. Mom tried everything, showing up at the house crying, sending relatives to guilt trip me, even posting on social media about how I was destroying the family. But Miss Chen had the recorded call from Stanford, Dad's testimony, and documentation of her threats. The day of the settlement hearing, Mom showed up with red eyes and her lawyer. Before we begin, the judge said, Mrs. Foster, do you wish to address the court? Mom stood, her voice shaking. Your Honor, I love my daughter. I made mistakes, but everything I did came from love. Mrs. Foster, the judge interrupted. Did you or did you not fabricate mental health conditions and a hospitalization when speaking to Stanford University? Mom's lawyer whispered something to her. Yes, she finally said. Did you threaten your daughter when she confronted you? Yes. The judge looked at the evidence. You didn't just make a mistake, Mrs. Foster. You committed fraud against a university and interfered with your daughter's educational opportunities through deliberate deception. These are serious actions with serious consequences. The judge ruled in my favor. Mom had to pay damages equivalent to 4 years of Stanford tuition, accounting for what I would have paid without the scholarship she destroyed. She was also ordered to attend mandatory counseling and issued a restraining order prohibiting contact with me or any academic institutions on my behalf. After the hearing, Mom tried one last time. Nora, please, can't we talk about this? No. You had chances to make this right. I'm sorry, I truly am. If you'd just forgive me. I don't forgive you. What you did was unforgivable. When you have children someday, you'll understand. I'll understand that a parent's job is to support their kids' dreams, not destroy them. We're done here. I walked away and didn't look back. 3 months later, Dad helped me move into my dorm at Stanford. Maya came along for the drive. How does it feel? Maya asked as we carried boxes upstairs. Like I can finally breathe. Like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Dad set down a box. I'm proud of you, honey, for fighting for yourself. Thanks for believing me, Dad. That's what family does. Real family, anyway. That night, after they left, I sat on my dorm bed looking out at the campus. My phone buzzed. An email from Mrs. Henderson. Congratulations, Nora. You earned this. I opened my laptop and started a new document. Political Science 101. Notes. This was it. My future. Mine to build, mine to control, mine to shape however I wanted, and nobody, not even my own mother, could take that away from me ever again. Have you ever had someone try to sabotage your dreams? How did you handle it? Drop a comment below and hit that subscribe button for more true stories about standing up for yourself when it matters most.